Hello, good evening, students. I am Dr. Salamma and I am going to present a lecture on tillage practices, which is an important aspect of farming. Tillage can be defined as a working the soil to provide a favorable environment for seed placement, germination, and crop growth. Or other words, tillage is the physical manipulation of soil with the tools and implements to result in a good till for better germination and subsequent growth of crops. Coming to the objectives of the tillage, the main objective of the tillage is to provide good seed bed and to make the soil more arable. This note, the other objectives are also there of tillage to prepare a good seed bed which helps the germination of seeds, to create a condition in the soil suited for better growth, to control the weeds effectively, to make the soil capable of absorbing more rainwater, to mix up the manure and fertilizers uniformly in the soil, to aerate the soil, to provide adequate seed soil contact, to permit water flow to seed and seedling roots, to remove the hard pan, and to increase the soil depth. Here, I would like to explain what is hard pan. Hard pan is a hard layer of chemicals that are result of the soil pollution, and this hard pan doesn't allow water penetration into the deeper layers. So tillage will help us to remove hard pan also. Yeah, types of tillage. There are two major types of tillage. One is on season tillage, off season tillage, and otherwise these can be called as preparatory cultivation, after cultivation. Preparatory cultivation or on season tillage uh, includes three major types: primary tillage, secondary tillage, and layout of seedbed. In the primary tillage, there are three more types, that is deep tillage, subsoiling, year round tillage. Let us dive into the types of tillages. Desi tillage or local plowing. Desi means you know what is countryhood. The common phenomena, common tillage practice that is carried out by many farmers across the country. This plow has been used for the countries and is still being used in many areas of the country. The main uses of desi plow is dry plowing for turning crop residues, wet plowing after soaking and irrigation, drilling. Drilling is done for seeding. Interculturing. Interculturing plowing is generally carried out in cotton, maize, and sugarcane crops. Yeah, this is the environment. This is the equipment. తెలుగులో మనం నాగలి అంటామండి. This is conventional plowing in India. Uh, Coming to on-season tillage. As I said earlier, there are two types of tillage practices, that is preparatory tillage, otherwise on-season tillage or off-season tillage. Coming to preparatory tillage, this refers to the tillage operations that are done to prepare the field for raising crops. It consists of deep opening and loosening of the soil, and the types in preparatory tillage are primary tillage. As I said earlier, in primary tillage, you can see the tillage operation that is done after harvest of the crop is known as primary tillage. This means after completing the crop, after completing the crop, this tillage practice is generally carried out. Plowing is the operation of compact soil with the help of different plows. Okay. Coming to functions of primary tillage. After harvesting, the soil will get very tight. To lose the soil and to bury the plant waste, the residues which are left after the harvest, if you add this wastage to the soil, it will become a manure, otherwise green manure, and it will helps the soil to gain nutrients which is lost in terms of uh, harvest, in terms of crop. To erosion, control the erosion, preparation of the secondary tillage. ప్రైమరీ టిల్లేజ్కి సెకండరీ టిల్లేజ్కి మధ్యలో ఒక గ్యాప్ అనేది ఉండకుండా సెకండరీ టిల్లేజ్ కోసం చేసేదే ప్రైమరీ టిల్లేజ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ అండి. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్, weed control. Weeds are, you know, unnecessary plants or otherwise unwanted plants that usually develops, usually grows in the in crops, which uses more nutrients, which uses the place of croplands, which in other words, which have an impact on crop yield. To kill pests, pests, you know very well, pests generally lowers the harvest, so it is very important to kill the pests also. Primary tillage practice helps in killing the pests, controlling the weeds, and controlling the soil, and to bury the plant waste after harvest. This practice is generally carried out. These are some of the instruments that are generally used in primary tillage: chisel plow, rotatory tiller, subsoiler, disc plow, maulboard. These are the different types of plowing and plowing instruments that are used in primary tillage. So you can see, as many of us have seen some of these. Coming to this is other part of the tillage practice, that is secondary tillage, which is done before 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 going to sow the seeds. I'm sorry, I'll repeat. The tillage operation that are performed on the soil after primary tillage to bring a good soil tilth are known as secondary tillage. Planking is done to crush the hard clods, level the soil surface, and compact the soil lightly. అండ్ ఇది సెకండరీ టిల్లేజ్ ప్రాక్టీస్లో మనం కామన్గా ఏం చూస్తామంటే లార్జ్ సైజ్డ్ హార్డ్ క్లాడ్స్ని అంటే మట్టి ముద్దలని వాటిని పగలగొట్టి మట్టి మొత్తం చదును చేయడానికి కోసం ఉపయోగిస్తుంటారండి. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ పాయింట్ ఐడ్ లైక్ టు రికలెక్ట్ యూ. After primary tillage, secondary tillage is usually done before going to sow the seeds. And inter-tillage or other after cultivation. This is the third type of tillage practice. The tillage operation that are carried out in the standing crop after the sowing and prior to the harvesting. Okay. ఈ ఆఫ్టర్ కల్టివేషన్ టిల్లేజ్ అనేది కల్టివేషన్ అంటే పంట పెరగడం మొదలైన తర్వాత హార్వెస్టింగ్కి ముందు చేస్తానండి. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ద ఇంటర్ కల్టివేషన్ ఆర్ పోస్ట్ సీడింగ్. దిస్ మెథడ్ ఈజ్ డిజైన్ టు డెస్ట్రాయ్ ఎమర్జింగ్ వీడ్ సీడ్లింగ్స్. అంటే ఇది ఎందుకు చేస్తారు అంటే టు ఎరాడికేట్ వీడ్ సీడ్లింగ్స్. జనరలీ ప్రైమరీ టిల్లేజ్ తర్వాత, సెకండరీ టిల్లేజ్ తర్వాత కూడా జనరలీ వీ యూస్ టు టిల్ ద సాయిల్ inter between the crop rows to remove the seeds. Somehow some of the seedlings will be there in the soil. In after cultivation tillage, these remaining weed seedlings will be removed. Okay, coming to the functions of secondary tillage is to break the soil clods. As I told you, ఇలా ఇక్కడ మట్టి ముద్దలను, గట్టిగా తయారైన మట్టి ముద్దలను పగలగొట్టడం కోసం సెకండరీ టిల్లేజ్ చేస్తారు. షార్టర్స్ ద సాయిల్ క్లడ్స్, levels the soil surface, harrow the soil and plant waste, form the soil, kill weeds. Okay, these are the functions of secondary tillage. Coming to these are the disc tooth, spring tooth, spike tooth harrow. These are the commonly used equipment in secondary tillage. You can understand you can see the gaps between the one claw to another claw. So ఆఫ్టర్ టిల్లేజ్లో కానీ సెకండరీ టిల్లేజ్లో కానీ ఇవి ఈ గ్యాప్స్ ఉన్న క్లాస్ని వాడడం వల్ల చాలా వరకు వీడ్ కంట్రోల్ అనేది జరుగుతుందండి. ఓకే, సో ఈ గ్యాప్స్ కూడా ఏంటి అంటే ఈ క్రాప్ రోస్కి డిస్టర్బెన్స్ కలగకుండా ఉండడం కోసం ఈ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ని ఇలా తయారు చేసి ఉంటారండి. ఓకే, కమింగ్ టు ద ఆఫ్ సీజన్ టిల్లేజ్. మనకి పంట అయిపోయింది, వీ హ్యావ్ కంప్లీటెడ్ ద హార్వెస్ట్, వీ హ్యావ్ గాట్ మనీ. If you don't care of the soil, then it will not be useful for the next season. So tillage is a continuous practice so that our soil will be healthier for next crops also. Okay, coming as I would like to tell you, off season tillage operations done for the conditioning the soil's suitability for the forthcoming crop are called as off season tillage. Summer tillage, winter tillage are the best examples of off-season tillage. Types of off-season tillage are, there are two major types, that is special purpose tillage, subsoiling. Okay, special purpose tillage is intended to serve a special purpose or said to be special purpose tillage. ఇందులో స్పెషల్ పర్పస్ టిల్లేజ్లో సబ్సాయిలింగ్ ఒకటి, తర్వాత క్లీన్ టిల్లేజ్ ఒకటి, బ్లైండ్ టిల్లేజ్ ఒకటి, డ్రై టిల్లేజ్. ఓకే ఓకే వెట్ టిల్లేజ్ ఆర్ పుడ్డింగ్. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్. I would like to go back and start from the special types of off season tillage. స్పెషల్ పర్పస్ టిల్లేజెస్లో సబ్సాయిలింగ్ అనేది వన్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ స్పెషల్ పర్పస్ టిల్లేజ్ అండి. స్పెషల్ పర్పస్ టిల్లేజెస్లో సబ్సాయిలింగ్ ఈజ్ డన్ టు బ్రేక్ ద హార్డ్ ప్యాన్. ఫస్ట్ ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు హైలైట్ దిస్ టర్మ్, టు బ్రేక్ ద హార్డ్ ప్యాన్ subsoiling tillage is done. Okay, apart from the breaking the hard pan, subsoiling is essential, and once in a 5-year. Advantage of subsoiling is greater volume of the soil may be obtained for cultivation of crops. Excess water may be percolated downwards to recharge the permanent water table, and to reduce runoff and soil erosion, and the roots of the crops can be penetrate deeper into the extract moisture from the water table. All that means together means that to make the soil healthier. If you provide more water table, then the soil will be healthier, the plant will grow healthier. And if you reduce the runoff, if you make the soil loose, so that the roots can be penetrating deeper into the soils to extract the water. Okay, these are all the reasons why subsoiling is very important as an off-season tillage. Coming to the clean tillage, it refers to working of the soil of the entire field in such a way no living plant is left undisturbed. It is practiced to control weeds, soil-borne pathogen and pests. Clean tillage, otherwise it can be called as, it can be known as to clean the soil, to clean the area, to clean the harvesting area. Okay, in cleaning process we can control the weeds, we can control the soil borne pathogens. Okay, blind tillage is one more special purpose tillage. It refers to the tillage done after seedling or planting the crops, either at the pre-emerging stage of the crop or while they are in the early stages of growth, so the crop plants do not get damaged but extra plants and broad-leaved weeds are uprooted. Blind tillage is one more special purpose tillage that is generally carried out while The, while seeds are just emerging. అంటే కాటిలిడన్ స్టేజ్లో ఉన్నప్పుడే, మనం నాటిన సీడ్స్ కాటిలిడన్ స్టేజ్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు కానీ, లేదా సారీ కాటిలిడన్ స్టేజ్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు చేస్తే, చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే, ఈ ప్లాంట్స్కి ఎలాంటి అంటే ఎమర్జింగ్ సీడ్స్కి ఎలాంటి డిస్టర్బెన్స్ లేకుండా, అప్పటికే వీడ్స్ వీడ్ ప్లాంట్ యొక్క సీడ్స్ అక్కడ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి వాటిని అప్రూట్ అంటే వాటిని వేళ్లతో సహా పెకిలించవచ్చు అనే ఉద్దేశంతోనే ఈ బ్లైండ్ టిల్లేజ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ని అమల్లోకి తీసుకొస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఓకే, మూడవ రకం ఉందండి, దట్ ఈస్ డ్రై టిల్లేజ్. Dry tillage is a practiced for crops that are sown in dry land condition having minimum moisture. This is suitable for crops like rice, jute, wheat, oilseed, pulses, potato and vegetables. The soil becomes more porous and soft, and water holding capacity and aeration are increased due to dry tillage. Wet tillage or puddling. Wet tillage. The tillage operation that is done in a land with standing water is called as wet tillage. ఓకే, జనరలీ స్టాండింగ్ వాటర్ ఉన్న క్రాప్ ప్లాంట్స్ ఏముంటాయి మనకు? రైస్. రైస్ ఈజ్ అక్వాటిక్ ప్లాంట్. సో వరి పొలాల్లో వరి మడులు అంటారు. ఎప్పుడు మడిలో ఎప్పుడు ఏమంటే నీరు ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, అలాంటి వెట్ టిల్లేజ్ అంటే వెట్ టిల్లేజ్ మీన్స్ ద టిల్లేజ్ దట్ ఈస్ క్యారీడ్ అవుట్ ఇన్ ద land with the standing waters. Puddling operation is repeatedly done until the soil becomes soft and muddy. చూస్తుంటారు అంటే ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు గివ్ అన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. అంటే పీపుల్ ఆల్ మైట్ హ్యావ్ సీన్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద మూవీ ఫిదా. That girl used to rotate the tractor around only one small area. That is wet tillage. And what is the wet tillage purpose? To make the soil and soft and muddy. Okay, puddling creates an impervious layer below the surface to reduce deep percolation losses of water. Puddling or wet tillage also helps the soil to not leach the water from the upper layers to the downer layers. Wet tillage is the only means of land preparation for transplanting semi-aquatic crop plants such as rice. Yeah, these are some of the instruments. These are some of the instruments and the soil, sorry, the lands that has been plowed. You can see how beautiful it is. Many of us might have seen, but few of us might have not noticed all these things. Okay, yeah, see this stripped soil. The soil has been like a strips. Yeah, coming to the deep depth of the plowing. Doing plowing, we cannot over plow the soil. Okay, the depth must be maintained. The desirable depth of the plowing is 12 to 20 centimeters. Only 12 to 20 centimeters we can plow. Depth varies with the effective root zone of the crop. Okay, I would like to tell you, if we are going to we are going to sow the groundnut seeds, the plant roots may go into only 10 to 15 centimeters. Then the plowing is required only up to 20 centimeters. But you at all you want to sow the red gram or green gram, the roots goes deeper into the soil. So the depth of the plowing depth should be increased. I mean to say, plowing depth is according to the crop that we are going to sow. Okay, yeah, number of plowing depends upon the soil conditions, time available for the cultivation between the two crops, and the type of cropping systems. So So if the crop is only up to 120 days or 60 days or 80 days, we might have we might need only few plowings. But mm, if the plant grows up to 4 months or 6 months, we need more plowing times. We need more times plowing to control weeds and to control the pathogens and many things. Okay, time of plowing. The optimum soil moisture content for the tillage is 60% of field capacity. Yeah, modern concepts in the tillage. So if we have discussed all the types and what are the advantages, what are the instruments that involve the various aspects of tillage. So knowing modern concepts of the tillage is required as our we are in the we are in growing arena. We are in the we are in we are into the science. We are into the technology. That's why minimum tillage aims to reduce tillage operations to minimize minimum necessity. Tillage can be reduced in two ways: by omitting the operations which do not give any benefit when compared to the cost. Yes, tillage may not be carried out very frequently because of the crop plant's root may damage. So that is the one thing. And one more point, when it is not giving any benefit to the crop, we should avoid the tillage. By combining agriculture operations like seedling and fertilizer, we can use less tillage practice. The advantages of minimum tillage over conventional tillage is the cost and time of the field preparation is very less when compared to the conventional tillage in minimum tillage. Soil compaction is less and soil structure is not destroyed in minimum tillage. Water loss through runoff and erosion is minimum. Water storage in the plough layer is increased. Higher infiltration caused by the vegetation present in the soil and channels formed by the decomposition of dead roots. These are all the advantages of minimum tillage. What are the disadvantages of minimum tillage? If you do minimum tillage, there is a possibility of more pathogens, more weeds, and the seed may germinate very slowly. More nitrogen has to be added as the rate of the decomposition of organic matter is low. Nodulation is affected in some leguminous plants. Sowing operations are difficult with ordinary equipment. Continuous usage of herbicides may cause pollution. These are the advantages. There is last thing, no tillage or zero tillage. In this, new crop is planted in the residues of the previous crop without any prior soil tillage. It is possible when all the weeds are controlled by the use of herbicides. Zero tillage is applicable for the soils with a coarse textured surface, good internal drainage, high biological activity of soil fauna, favorable soil structure, and adequate quantity of crop residues as a mulch. Alphisols, axisols, utrisols. Okay, these are the examples for zero tillage. Zero tillage in a simple format, we can grow the plants, we can grow the crop in the residues of the previous crop with with the usage of herbicides. But zero tillage may cause soil pollution because we have to use more amounts of herbicides. Okay, yeah, zero tillage, this is zero tillage. We can see all the residues are there in the between the two lanes of the crop. These are all the lines may helpful uh, for the for the plants, but there is a risk of pathogens, there is a risk of pests, there is a risk of other weeds. Zero tillage is only successful with the complete control of weeds and usage of herbicides. The last one, stubble mulch tillage. Stubble mulch tillage is an approach to keep the soil protected all times from the erosion. To, to protect the soil from the soil erosion, stubble mulch tillage is the only way. Okay. What are the characters of this tillage practices? It is a year-round system of managing plant residue, loosen the soil and kill weeds. Soil is tilled as often as necessary to control weeds during intervals between two crops. This means before a crop or after the crop we have to till the soil. Okay, good management of stable mulch beings with the harvest of the crop. Stubble mulch tillage has practical problems too. The residue left on the surface interferes with the seed bed and sowing operations. The traditional tillage and sowing equipment is not suitable for all type of conditions. Okay. With this note, I'll end my lecture. Thank you for this opportunity. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Thank you.